the incubation was just horrible. When I opened the incubator, there was a second dead bird inside the incubator. I want to make a video about incubation failures. So in the background you see my newer incubator, which works pretty nice. But I want to talk about this incubator, which cost me this time horrible incubation. So when I started with Quail, I didn't have much money. I didn't want to spend a lot, and I bought this very cheap incubator. It takes a 28 Quail eggs inside, and I never had really good results, but this time the incubation was just horrible. So there is here somewhere where the motor is, you have like, you can see inside the incubator, and they hatched, and I looked inside, and there was a bird dead. Actually here where you, I don't know if you can see it, here where you put the rose inside, he got with his neck inside here, and his neck got twisted, and he died inside there. And the incubator started to smell already, and then I thought, okay, come on, I will stop the incubation, because if you have like a dead animal inside there with 37.8 degrees Celsius, bacteria will grow as well, and it may be to the other chicks who hatched will cause a big problem. And then I decided to stop the incubation and take them out and put them in the brooder. When I opened the incubator, there was a second dead bird inside the incubator, and this bird, he looked somehow deformed, or I don't know, it looked very strange. I don't know what happened there. So there were actually two dead birds in the incubator, and this never ever happened to me. And the smell was really strange. It smelled really very strange, and I never smelled some smell like this when I incubated. So from this now I smell nothing, but while this was incubating, it smelled really strong. So I think I won't use this incubator, or maybe I will have to cover it up. But I think I will keep this incubator just for backup, but not use it at the moment anymore. And I would suggest to everybody, if they want to get into Quail, spend a little bit more money on an incubator. Don't go on the cheapest model. It's really not the best idea. There are other benefits. Yeah, this one, the engine got broken and a really long delivery time, and I choose to put a screwdriver inside, and I just turned every day multiple times the eggs manually. But this was also working pretty well. And yeah, maybe I show you some things. So what I can say, for example, the humidity, this model has 3 bottles, so I can regulate the humidity. Like I said, in this case, I used the screwdriver. Normally there's the engine. I ordered it already. Once I'm finished and bring them in the brooder, I will replace the engine. So in the incubation phase, I use 1 bottle, and then in the lockdown phase 3. The cheaper model actually only had like 2 sections, so they're like 1 small section and one bigger sections, and I had huge problems to get to the right humidity level all the time with this thing also. And I would really suggest, if you get into Quail, don't buy like a very cheap incubator. Spend a little bit more money. This is also not an expensive model. It's just a little bit more of money, and it's really worth it. So the ultra cheap models, they really not perform good. So, and if you get into Quail and you're not so experienced with regulating the humidity levels and the temperature, you're still not sure, you better go with a little bit better model. So my conclusion is I really cannot recommend the really cheap incubator. I had never good results, and now this experience with the dead quails. In this model, this couldn't happen because the rack you put over the row, so there is nothing they could get strangled or they could break their neck or whatever. So yes, conclusion, really invest a little bit more money and get a decent model and not the ultra cheap one. So thanks for watching, and let me know in the comment if you also had like horrible incubation experience or horrible hatch rates. So I would be curious to hear about it. So thanks for watching and have a nice time.